So the culture of triathlon, you know, I compare it a lot to NASCAR. There's this whole community that I don't know about, but I know that they, you know, drink beer and wear their, you know, the passion for NASCAR. And we are this triathlon community, and unless you're in it, you don't really get it.
You know, I guess triathletes get a tough time.
Oh, we're a bunch of weirdos. We definitely have screws loose.
And not just on the female side, but on the men's side as well.
Nobody cares. I think that's awesome. You go out there and you hurt yourself that much. I mean, that's what gives you street cred in triathlon, which I think is very unique.
It's becoming cooler to some degree. People are really gravitating towards the lifestyle and are proud to say, hey, yes, I associate with those crazy group of people.
Triathletes are unique individuals. Certainly, some of those outfits are a little bit of an eyesore.
I think there's a lot of room for improvement. I really do.
My fashion faux pas for triathletes, and I speak as a pro. You need to cut the band off the wrist after a week. A week's enough. You know that. I know you race Ironman. We're all proud of it, but it's got to go.
I've seen people running around in compression stockings.
Compression socks, so we're kind of like going back to 20 years ago all of a sudden.
If I wasn't in the triathlon community and I saw someone wearing basically knee socks with shorts, I would be really confused by that. I'd be like, are they going to like Columbus Country Day School? I'm not sure here.
I could wear the compression gear, but I save it for, you know, plane travel.
Compression socks with shorts on an aeroplane is a big no-no.
Yeah, not so hot.
Speedos without a shirt in a public place outside a triathlon arena is not cool.
Wouldn't be strutting up and down the street in it, that's for sure.
I was doing my first races in just the old speedo, and you know, no shirt on, total old school.
What other things are bizarre? Aero helmets on training rides in groups? No, not allowed.
Who really wears a bike helmet around that's shaped like this? You know, but if it's gonna make you faster, it's all worth it.
I do remember when I was at school, I would see cyclists and think, look at those nerds in the lycra.
There's definitely a line where triathletes, I think in particular, they cross too often. And that's from where they're training and they're working out and then they're going out in the same clothes.
Look, we sweat and we have salt all over us and we're just pretty much gross for 4 to 9 hours.
Nobody cares what you look like. If you go out there and you put down a fast time, that's where the respect comes. It's not about what you look like on the start line.
3, 4, 5, welcome to New York!
I don't know, I think that's the type A personality, and I include myself in this. You know, I think as triathletes, you're so performance driven that if someone tells you if you stand on your head and eat 28 jelly beans it'd make you go quicker, people would do it.
Triathlon's also a silly sport because we have an hour-long race at a world-class level, and we call that a sprint for an hour. Most other sports, you know, sprinting is 10 seconds, 30 seconds, maybe. In triathlon, it's an hour. That's because we have the ultimate endurance race in Ironman.
I mean, it's not a pretty sport. People wet their pants. It's a long day out there. You see the pros foaming at the mouth. You see, you know, vomit. Tim, a lot of the time, has vomit all down his arm. I mean, it's disgusting.
They've got this thing with nudity in Europe where they just kind of don't care and they just all strip down in, you know, a race transition area, and I mean, that's quite hilarious.
I remember shaving your legs was almost an honor. So for me, like for my first big meet that I got to shave my legs, it's like I finally made the next step where I was good enough to shave my legs.
I'll go to family vacation with my husband's family, and they'll be like, what do you mean you ride your bike for 6 hours and then go for a run? And people just laugh at what you do that don't understand it.
My niece was rather upset one Christmas morning when I came down fully lycra'd up to go and do a turbo session, and she just started crying thinking, who is this person?
People are like, I rode 150 miles and I ran 50 miles today, and they're just so proud of that, and I think that's just their way of feeling secure and good about themselves, and I think that's great, and if that makes them feel good about themselves, then that makes me happy.
Unlike other sports, triathlon tends to bring people off the couch more than any other sport, and that's the reason why the cyclists give us a hard time. Triathletes are terrible impacts. Well, it's because most people who did no sport come to triathlon because it's fun, it's social, it's interesting, it's a great challenge. There's 3 different disciplines to work on. It's an all-body fitness, and I think that in itself explains we have so many different walks of life, some competitive people, some non-competitive people, and that mix is what makes all these fashion faux pas, all these strange things happen within our sport that's probably different to other sports.